we're affected by what we know, what we learn. Second, we're affected by how we feel. Here's the third one, we're affected by what we do. Now that we've left here with ideas and inspiration, it's time now to go back home and do the work. To go back home and do the work of our voice telling the story. To do the work of our hands delivering the products. To do the work of our heart trying to inspire people to change from who they are to who they would like to be. Of course, the work is the work. The biggest part of the work for me is travel. Travel is just hard work. Lecturing is easy. Speaking is easy. I call it hard work so that I get paid, but it's really easy. But as I went through customs right one more time, went through immigration one more time, packed and unpacked my suitcase one more time, and especially being single, it's a bit tough without somebody with you. I've been single now, about 12 years. Not easy. I find myself in little remote places where, there's nobody to iron my shirt, so I got to iron it myself. But every single man knows if you're going to wear your coat all day, you only have to iron the front, right? So that's easy. But after I've gone through customs one more time, finally got to Paris, and then I came in to the Chairman's Club meeting and then President's team and then met in the other sessions we've had. Finally arrived here yesterday and again today. As I think back on what it cost me in terms of the work of travel to get here, guess what I said? Small price to pay. Small price to pay. When the new mother has a baby, it seems like the largest price in the world, the labor of the new child. But as the child grows and smiles and learns, becomes somebody, becomes a unique person, she looks back on that experience and now she says, small price to pay. And the price for you to get here, I understand that. Part of the big price to be here was most all of you probably had to leave some of your family behind. I'd like to have you give me a promise that when you get back home, you will tell your children, thank you from Jim Rone for them staying home and making it possible for you to be here today. Okay? Thanks from Jim Rone. And I will do the same. When I get back home to see my children and my grandchildren, I will say thanks from all of you to my children and my grandchildren for making it possible for Jim Rone to be here today. So let us do the work. Now take these quick notes. Number one, constantly review your performance. All of us can use a bit of refinement. When I first started all those years ago, age 25, I was ambitious and a little reckless, and I needed some guidance and some help and some advice. Put this in your notes now. We could all use a little coaching. Whether it's our style, or whether it's our content, or whether it's our performance, or whether it's our social life, personal life. Mama helped me so much in those early days. Mama always said, eat before you go to the banquet and the dinner, so you won't appear hungry when you get there. That was good advice. Then she said you can do the real, which is to social. Meet with your friends, say hello, not have to spend so much time eating, eat before you go to the banquet. Mama taught me so much. Mama taught me the white socks don't go with the black tuxedo. That was helpful. I thought it looked good. Review your performance. I've had to do this all of the time. This is about my, 43rd year of telling a story, trying to help people do better with their lives, learn, grow, change, develop. I don't want the day to come when someone says, you should have heard Jim Rone 10 years ago when he was really terrific. I want someone to say, I heard him 10 years ago, but you should hear him now. He's gotten much better. Thank you. Thank you. What's been exciting for me the last 23 years is to watch all the people I've been associated with make those changes. Some of the changes were awkward and difficult, and some of the changes were rather severe. But sure enough, we've developed the Chairman's Club now and the President's team and the Tabulator team and all of you. Your refinement made it possible for you to be here, how you think and what you do and how you act and the person that you are. Here's the rest of my list. Don't hesitate to face your fears. See if you can't overcome them. Next, exercise your willpower to change direction. Key phrase that helped me, direction determines destination. It's a big mistake to walk north hoping you'll arrive south. Next is to admit your mistakes, correct them as soon as possible. Two of the best words to use in your life is I'm sorry if you've made a mistake in your language, if you've made a mistake in your relationship with someone. I'm sorry can work the miracle of starting a new relationship. Next is to refine your goals. Some of you have got a short list. By the time you leave here, hopefully your list is longer and longer. Next, we could all use a little help in coaching, which means pray for wisdom so that you'll have the answers to people's questions this year that you didn't have last year. You'll be better equipped to give those answers next year versus this year. Next, protect your family. It's part of what Herbalife is all about, to gather the resources, not only the good health from the products, not only the influence from association with other Herbalife distributors and meetings and organization and all of that, but to protect your family in the future, build a financial wall around them nothing can get through. Live with intensity. Call all of your emotional resources and invest those in this splendid idea of product and opportunity. Next is try to find your place. A place that could continually change as you grow and develop. When I first started, I wouldn't have been invited to be on this stage with this many people to listen, take notes. I was not ready. It took me all of these years to get ready for this moment, for this place, for this time. I have found a unique place in Herbalife. I've been around now for a long time. Coming September, the year will be, for me, number 73. But what an incredible place I have found here, Herbalife. Thank you. Next, I would ask you to welcome the disciplines. It's the disciplines that make the creative power of what you think and what you want and what you dream and what you plan. Now the disciplines is what makes those into realities. Don't leave them just hopes and dreams and wishes. Part of the purpose for this extravaganza is to show you how to turn your own reaction, your own excitement, your own enthusiasm into productivity. Activity and productivity. Count the cost. I had to redo some of my goals. Some of the things I went for in the beginning cost me too much. If I would have known what it was going to cost, I never would have paid. Next, fight for what's right. Keep looking for the possibilities. Ignore the gossip and the rumors coming from so many countries, so many walks of life. There's bound to be rumors and gossip. Ignore the silly. Ignore the pessimistic. Ignore the shallow and the cheap. Don't let it be an influence. Here's one that's important. Resist the temptation to cross the line. Next, refuse to be a victim of circumstances. Refuse to be a victim of liars and evil. But here's the most sensitive. Refuse to be a victim of yourself. Beware of the thief on the street that's after your purse, but also beware of the thief in your mind that's after your promise. What is that little voice that says you're too short, you're too tall, you're too old, you've never done it before, what makes you think you can do it now? You must resist that with all vigor. Next is to prepare for the challenge. We're going to face them. They're going to come. We've had them in Herbalife. The company was saved in 1983 and 1984 by the wisdom and the resources of Mark Hughes, who'd paid his taxes and had the money to put back in when the company faced its challenges. Now Herbalife is here, thanks to Mark Hughes, who made the March on Washington and made sure that the idea that he had was preserved. And I'm sure Michael Johnson, as well as Mark Hughes, who started it all, have made the pledge to preserve, protect, and defend Herbalife and its ideals and its philosophy and its products and its possibilities for the future. Here's one more. Attend all the meetings. You never know which one is going to change your life forever. You can't pick the one that's going to be life-changing. You just have to go to every one you possibly can, qualify for everything. One meeting may seem rather ordinary. One presentation may seem rather standard. And then you attend another meeting and it's life-changing and you're never the same again. Remember that. Even the small little meetings at home. Don't be saying, I've heard all of that, I don't need to go. Go one more time, listen to one more story. Somebody's heartfelt, inspirational story could be the means of changing your life. You'll never be the same again. Next, inspire your inner circle. Your friends, your associates, your family, those people that are on that inner circle that give you the inspiration to become successful and wealthy, powerful, sophisticated, unique, influential. Sit on your ego. Don't let it destroy you for the future. Learn to laugh at yourself. Here's one that saved my life. Kick the worry habit. Stay on track. All distractions are equal. Sleep with satisfaction. Read more poetry. Taste more wine. Visit the lonely. Kiss the babies and play with the children. Embrace your friends. Dance for joy.